Your dog understands more than you think. Have you ever talked to your dog and felt like they actually understood you? You're not imagining it. Science has now proven that dogs understand much more than we ever thought. They don't just react to your tone or movements. They process your words, emotions, and even your expressions in ways similar to humans. Let's explore the fascinating truth behind how deeply dogs understand their humans. 1. Dogs understand real words, not just sounds. Many people believe dogs only respond to tone, like when you cheerfully say, "walk," or angrily say, "no." But studies show dogs recognize actual words, not just how you say them. In one experiment, researchers used brain scans, MRI, on trained dogs to see how they react to words. The results were shocking. Dogs' brains showed clear differences when hearing real familiar words versus nonsense ones. That means your dog truly understands the word walk, treat, or even grandma, if they've heard them enough times. Just like children, dogs connect words with experiences. Say walk enough times while grabbing the leash, and they'll know exactly what's coming next, long before you even reach the door. What's even more interesting? Dogs use the left side of their brain to process meaningful words, the same side humans use for language comprehension. This means they don't just memorize, they actually associate meaning to words over time. 2. Dogs feel your emotions. If you've ever come home sad or stressed, you've probably noticed your dog acting differently. They might approach quietly, lick your hand, or just sit beside you. This isn't random, it's emotional understanding. Dogs can detect changes in your body language, voice, and even smell. When humans experience emotions like fear, anxiety, or sadness, their scent changes slightly due to hormones. Dogs' powerful noses can sense that instantly. Studies show that dogs' heart rates change when they see their owners upset. Their stress levels even rise when their humans cry. They're not just observing, they're feeling with you. Dogs are emotional mirrors. When you're happy, they become more playful and excited. When you're down, they become calm and gentle. It's their way of saying, "I'm here for you." 3. They understand your tone and expressions. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to how you say things. They can tell when you're joking, praising, or scolding, without understanding every word. A cheerful, high-pitched tone often makes them wag their tails, jump around, or show excitement. A deep or serious tone makes them pause or lower their ears. They also read your face. If you smile, your dog knows you're happy. If you frown or look angry, they often look away or lower their head. It's their version of sorry. In one famous study, dogs were shown pictures of human faces expressing happiness, anger, or surprise. Dogs consistently reacted positively to happy faces and avoided angry ones. This proves they can connect visual expressions with emotional meaning. So, the next time your dog looks deep into your eyes, remember, he's not just staring. He's reading your soul. 4. Dogs understand routines and intentions. Dogs are creatures of habit. They don't just understand single words. They remember patterns and routines. If you always grab your shoes before taking them outside, they'll start wagging their tails as soon as you reach for them. If you pick up your keys, they might run to the door, knowing it's time to go out. They even understand time in their own way. They know when it's dinner time, walk time, or when their favorite person usually returns home. Not by looking at a clock, but through light, sound, and routine recognition. Dogs can also sense intentions. They can tell when you re-preparing for play versus when you just cleaning up toys. Your movements, posture, and energy levels communicate a lot more than you realize. 5. Dogs can recognize names and objects. Some dogs are so smart that they can learn the names of dozens, sometimes hundreds, of objects. A famous border collie named Chaser learned the names of over 1,000 toys. When asked to fetch one by name, she could correctly choose the right toy almost every time. This shows dogs don't just hear random sounds, they associate words with meaning, memory, and purpose. Your dog might not know 1,000 words, but chances are they understand far more than you give them credit for. Even simple phrases like, "Where's your ball?" or "Let's go outside" can trigger specific, consistent reactions. That's not instinct, that's understanding. 6. Dogs know when you're talking to them. Dogs can tell when human speech is directed at them, even if they don't understand every word. Their ears perk up, their heads tilt, and they focus intensely when they hear certain tones or phrases. Scientists believe dogs evolved this ability during thousands of years of companionship with humans. Our ancestors who communicated best with dogs had stronger hunting and survival partnerships. Over time, dogs developed brains that could read and respond to human cues. This explains why dogs make such great companions. They're not just listening, they're connecting. 7. The science of the head tilt. That adorable head tilt your dog does when you talk isn't just cute. It's intelligence at work. Dogs tilt their heads to better hear and process what you're saying. It helps them identify familiar words and emotional tones more clearly. Some researchers even suggest that frequent head tilters are more advanced in language processing. So, if your dog tilts its head often when you talk, consider it a sign of focus and understanding. 8. How to communicate better with your dog. Since dogs already understand you more than you think, imagine what happens when you improve communication. Here are a few simple tips. Use consistent words for commands and activities. Dogs learn faster through repetition. Pair words with gestures. For example, say "sit" while showing a hand signal. Maintain calm tone. Dogs respond better to positivity than shouting. Reward understanding. When your dog reacts correctly, praise and reward them. It reinforces meaning. Talk often. The more you speak naturally around your dog, the more words they learn. Dogs learn best through love, attention, and routine, not punishment or confusion. 9. The emotional bond behind the words. At the end of the day, the real magic isn't just in what your dog understands. It is in why they try to understand you. Dogs have evolved to read humans better than any other species on Earth. They've adapted to our emotions, expressions, and voices because they genuinely care. Every time you talk to your dog, they listen, not just for words, but for love. So next time your dog tilts their head or wags their tail while you speak, know this: they're not just reacting, they're connecting. Your dog understands more than you think. Your words, your feelings, and your heart. So, talk to them often. Tell them they're loved. Because to your dog, your voice means the world.